Uganda's cities have a huge potential to boost revenue mobilization, but majority of the local governments remain financially constrained or too weak to support the local economy.
We must have appropriate allocations to improving service delivery. You know, now in the cities we have a big challenge. We cannot collect all our garbage. Our streets are dark. We have got roads full of potholes. And this creates a disincentive for our taxpayers who don't see where their money is going. And would like as much as possible to have a link between revenues collected and the services that are delivered.
A public-private dialogue focusing on revenue mobilization for development was held today in Kampala, seeking to address, among others, key taxation and administration policy issues.
We're supporting the government to review the primary tax laws, the income tax and the value-added tax law, to expand the tax base as much as we can, and I hope to help reduce tax rates as much as we can. We're also looking at excise taxes, how to make them more efficient and effective in Uganda, and we're helping the government to review its double taxation agreements network.
But the unfortunate bit of it is that the current domestic revenue mobilization strategy is only focusing on URA, and it had little focus on the local governments. So what we are doing at the local government sector is that we are going to have a domestic revenue mobilization strategy specifically for the local governments, so that it resonates and is linked to the national domestic revenue mobilization strategy.
In the recent past, experts such as the International Monetary Fund have warned of a huge pool of exemptions and rising tax rates against a narrow tax base, calling for urgent attention to this state of affairs.
Borders. And I don't know why. This is an area which we want to start. The borders, because they work and earn income, they need also to come on board. So, local service tax, then local government hotel tax, there's also that potential. Then market dues. Markets are everywhere. So if the vendors are registered and made to pay something little, not because now the system is not so good, they end up feeling overcharged.
The old-age problem of lack of traceability, among others, has since dogged government efforts to collect revenues. Officials say government is now focusing on digitisation to close this gap.
The potential of local revenues is beyond 600 billions. Right now, we are collecting just over 200 billions. So, and we have calculated that to be like 0.14%. We need to improve this ratio to at least 1.2% of GDP, and that will make some meaningful contribution.
This engagement was anchored on an $11.6 million 5-year USAID domestic revenue mobilization program in partnership with government and seeking to provide technical assistance, capacity building and commodity support services to related agencies.